Brightest Blessings, this is Raven, and today we're going to have a play with some altered paper clips that I've made using some scrap cardstock. The basic premise is just to fold a piece of cardstock in half, put the shorter end of the paper clip inside and glue it together, and there you go. That's that. Okay, now I had already started filming and made a couple already, but then the dog started and my daughter started singing, and honestly, it was a nightmare. So I've already made two, as you can see. Okay, again, I'm concentrating on fall, but you can do whichever theme you'd like to do. So let's get on with it, shall we? Excuse my hands, guys. I'm not a pretty hands person when I'm busy crafting. And I'm not particularly in a massive rush to do anything about my messy nails either. Maybe something like that. And I've got some felt bits and bobs. That's a bit too big. And I've got some wax seals. I like that. I think that's going to be that for that one. So the key with this, guys, is you put as little or as much on as you want. Very similar to how we did the cluster pockets in the last video. I'm just busily trying to get my stash together so that then I've got plenty to add to all these journals. I think I want a little word or something along there. So these are all from the Junk Journal Studio that I've painstakingly cut. That's it, a little number 5 will do. There we are. See, nice and easy. And I will show all of these at the end. A long one. Now, I have got my Timmy people out, but I'm not sure I'm going to have any the right size for this. So I'm just going to have a little flick through and see if there's anyone in here that would like to. Oh, she will. That's twin boys. We've got a little woofer. I think I like the little girl. We'll go with the little girl. So she's going to fit nicely on there. What do we want behind her? So the majority of this is going to be fall-ish. But I may also do a few more neutral ones that could go in fall journals, but could also go in others. So I just want to build up some layers behind her. That might be a bit too dark. Let's put a little thin strip of that. Too big, right. So I hope you're all doing really well, guys. It's been a busy week for me on the Etsy, and I've actually put out a few videos this week as well. Goodness me, makes a change for me of late. I've now the kids have gone back to school, I've got a really good routine going, so that's helped quite a lot. I am just going to put a bit of pressure on that because I'm sticking her on top of the paperclip, and she's going to want to peel back off. Have we got another tiny something? Or, ooh, I think the red might be a bit too much. Let's put an orangey one on. Just give that a little press down. There we go. So she's relative, although there's oranges there, she could definitely be used for fall, but she's neutral enough that you could put her in another journal as well. And then the back is just plain. So the idea with these, if you've never seen them before, is if this is your journal page, this is some of my note paper from my fall kit. It means that you've got a side that you can decorate and a side that you don't. And the nice thing about these is that you can put them in different directions. Now, I don't think I left it out. I think I put it back after I showed everybody. Oh, here it is. You can also make them so that you can decorate both sides. So you've got one side here and one side here to decorate, which I've got a few of, but today I wanted to concentrate on the singular ones. So let's go with a diddy one. I didn't round the corners of that one, and that one has got a fair amount of red showing as well. So you don't have to round the corners. I like to. It just makes it look a little bit more finished to me. Same with inking. You don't have to. We're just having a little play along today. I was going to get this done and I figured I'd just turn the camera on. Douglas, whatever you're trying to get into, please don't. You're pain in the bottom. Right. What else have we got? Oh, this is pretty. I don't quite want all of that though. Just a little piece. But I want something underneath it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this so you wouldn't even know it was an apple. So that can go on there. Cut this bendy bit off, otherwise that's going to annoy me. Have a bit of that on there. And then what else have I got that's relatively small? Is that going to be too big? Oh, it's going to cover everything, isn't it? I might see if I've got a small button. Bear with me a second, guys. I really need to sort all my buttons out. Maybe a little red button. Yeah. Let's go with a plainer button because the background, I like both of those, so just stick those there for now. I like that. These really small ones, I like to keep it as plain as possible. Oh, throwing my button about. Just hold that down for a second. Put my lid back in my glue because it's starting to get a bit gloopy, she says, but can't do it one-handed from that far away. See, that's nice and easy, and then when I decide what journal I want it to go to, I can put a little something up here if I want to. Moving on, let's do another long thin one. Some of this. Pretty lace. Squirrel's a bit big, but I quite like the mushrooms, so I'm going to fussy cut the edge of this. Get rid of that. Ink the edges. Now, because this is quite thick lace, I am going to put Fabri-Tac down on here. I need to thin my Fabri-Tac down a little bit. It's getting a bit gloopy. I'm just going to use some of that on there. Oh. And that little button. There, getting strings of glue. I'm just going to take a second and hold that down and try and sort my glue out. I think I've bent the pin, so I need to get a new pin out of the box. Yeah, I'll have to sort that out after the video. There we go, another nice, simple, relatively plain one that you could use in a mushroom journal, in a fall journal, anything really, a nature journal, quite nice. Right. Got a bit of doily here that I'd quite like to use. to go on one side. And I'm thinking I want to use a pumpkin or a leaf on this one. Let's go with a pumpkin. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit more. That's it, perfect. Hopefully this hasn't totally goobered. There we go. And a piece of this off to this side. Getting all stuck. Lovely. And these are actually self-adhesive and very, very sticky. So stick that at the bottom. I think I'll put a red one on this time, she says, and then just a red one there, and then let's go with the number 4 there. Douglas, I hope you're not doing something you shouldn't be. Sounds like you are. Honestly, it's worse than having kids. So that's that one. Let me just go and see what he's getting into, guys. Oh dear. Ball of wool. So there we have that one. Another nice simple one. And if I decide I want to add more, I can. I could add a word on here if I wanted to. Lovely jubbly. Right. I've got 2 similar sized ones here, so let's see if we can find something on these. I'm just going to take the wired edge off this because I don't need it. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit more off that. And maybe a little bit more off the bottom. That will do. Put that on there. Putting a decent amount of glue on this because it's like a plasticky style ribbon. Just hold that Hessian down for a second. 2 seconds, guys. He's driving me nuts. Come on. Come on. Down you go. Thank you. Never a moment's peace. There we go. And I don't want to use that. Have I got 2 seconds? Let me have a look and see what I can find. No, not that one. Not that one either. I put it over here. Oh, they're going to be too big, I think. No. Wrong. No. What was that? I might just cut that down so that it just says pumpkin. And use that. Little bit of ink. There we go. And I've left this one as a sideways one so that then it can go on the side of a page as opposed to the top of a page, like so. And then if I've got a tag or something, let's get one of these Tim Holtz, I can just use it like that, you see. So that's that one. Right, this one. I sort of want this one in the middle, but I want some Hessian in the background. I might use Fabri-Tac because it's quite a big piece. As I've got it out, I might as well use it for this as well. I want that in the middle like that. I like that dark number, so we'll go with that. Where did my art glitter glue now? Oh, there. There we go. So that's another simple one done. Dougie, no thank you. Go and play, darling. Now these ones are quite pretty. It's got faux lace already on it. And with these ones, I think I'd like to use one of the really big numbers, but with just a big November. No, thank you. With a piece of this underneath. Sorry, guys. Dougie is a law unto himself, unfortunately. That's quite cute. Bung that along the bottom there. I'm not bothered that this isn't straight because it's going to be under the November anyway. I'm just going to ink around the edge a bit. Right, I think I'm going to do two, maybe, where was a bigger one? Let me find another big one. I'm going to get these two done and then I will love you and leave you for today because my roast beef is cooking and I'm getting hungry. So as I've got this little piece out, we might as well use that. Have we got something in all of my lacy madness here that can perhaps go along the edge of that one? No, don't like it. Right, cut this bit off that's really not straight. Stick that on. And then I'm just going to grab a few little pieces of the lace with the glue. Like that. Something like that, and then we need something to go on the top there, don't we? What have I got in my fussy cuts? Probably nothing small enough in that one. Ooh, mushrooms. Come hither, mushrooms. Oh, that's it. I go for you and then you slide right to the bottom. Darn, too big. Too big. Found it. I knew I'd have something somewhere. I know I sat there for hours and hours on end, fussy cutting for a reason. I have to put it down the other way because this is sticking out. And again, I've made this one a side one and this right at the top like that. So yeah, this one is at the side again. Okay, nice and easy. Right, one more. We need to do the corners. I want them bigger. That's that. Stick you up out the way. There should be enough ink on here that I won't need to re-ink. And I'm thinking with this one, I really want to use one of these Tim Holtz people. I think it lends itself quite nicely on here. I'm just trying to find one that I think would go nicely. I think maybe this middle one, but we'll see. See if there's any others that, or her. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with her at the top there. I think I'm going to cut around the actual photo and then just vintage up the edges a bit. And the nice thing about these is that they're a little bit shiny, so if you do over ink, you can rub it off a little. So I definitely want her. I think I would like, I want something darker. Ooh, not with the black. Something like that. Let's go with something now. I don't like that one. Right. Douglas, go and play. Sorry guys, he's a menace. just going to hold this down for a second. 2 seconds, guys. There we go. So today we have just made a few little bits and bobs to go inside our journals. As you can see, I haven't made loads and loads, just enough to make a start, okay? Now, obviously I'll be making more of these, but you don't want to be on the video with me forever. So that's it for me today, guys. All the socials are below. There is a sale on the Etsy if anybody is interested on my digital kits. I've recently added quite a few digital kits, so take a look and see what you think. Okay, blessings.